let's go and see what these springs are all about. Now I think that these Transits, no matter what the haters will think, they drive a lot better than a 6.1 or a 6. Hi everyone and welcome back to Leighton. Now, we have got the Flat Out Media crew bus behind us, which Adam Walker picked up 2 weeks ago, around that sort of time, and absolutely loved it. I rang him up last week and said, I've got some new springs for you for the suspension. Do you want to come back? And like a shot, he was over here. Now, what this is these are the brand new H&R lowering springs for the Transit and T7 platform, which, as you can see, if they're now fitted onto Adam Walker's crew van. We're using this as a bit of a test bed to see how these springs get on the back of one of these vans. And so far, we're really impressed. Just having the spring in your hand, you can see it's a real quality kit. In terms of lowering, now it lowers the van 30mm on the front, 50mm on the rear, but there are 6 different kits that you can have on your van, and there's 6 different kits for a very good reason, which I'm going to get into very shortly. As you can see, there's a bit of rake on this van, so the back end is a little bit higher than the front, and that is because on this kit is one of the constant load lowering spring kits. Now what that means is this van is set up now to be able to carry 200 kgs and above in the back, and that suspension sit perfectly level. Now what you see on a lot of vans, especially on a lot of vans with lowering springs on, is with nothing in the van they sit fine. When you put some weight in the back, that back end sits down further than the front, which doesn't look very good. So H&R have come up with this constant load idea, which for Adam Walker and his mountains of camera gear, and when this is out doing flat out media jobs with all their gear in the back, this will come into its own with that 200 kg constant load kit. And people that use these Transits as a work van, that constant load kit will be a huge winner. It's going to stop springs from snapping. It's also going to help your tyre wear, because if your van is sat down on the back further than the front, that pushes the rear wheels out like that, and that then scrubs the inside of your tyres. With this having a constant load kit, that's not going to happen no matter how much weight you put in. You put the full ton of weight in the back of this and it's still going to sit bang level. So there's one more thing to do, and that's grab the keys off of Adam behind the camera, go and take it for a drive and see what we think. Let's go and see what these springs are all about. Now I think that these Transits, no matter what the haters will think, they drive a lot better than a 6.1 or a 6, even just on the same comparable lowering springs. It's a nice place to be, it's a nicer thing to drive, in all honesty. There's no lag on that throttle pedal like the 6.1s, which is an absolute game changer. But one thing we did notice is they were a little bit crashy when you were pushing them down a bit of a B road. So, I mean, straight away, it's quite bumpy coming out of our industrial estate, and straight away it feels firm but not uncomfortable. It's not wallowing. And to be fair, that constant load kit, I thought it was going to be bouncier on the back end because it's got no weight in. But it's pretty impressive. One thing that we have noticed, which Adam Walker keeps making a point of telling me, is that there's somewhere for your left foot to go, which is a winner, because when we went from T6 to 6.1, for some reason they got rid of that blank pedal for your left foot, and it sort of had to drive with your leg tucked under the other. But there seems to be so much more room in here as well. But anyway, this isn't a video on how the van itself drives, it's more a video on the new H&R collaboration. So there's 6 different kits. H&R have put a lot of development into working out which kit suits which configuration of van. So we even have gone down into the little detail of, is it a 4-wheel drive or is it a 2-wheel drive? Is it a long wheelbase or is it a short wheelbase? Is it a hybrid? Is it an electric? Is it a diesel? And all of that factors in to which kit would be best suited for your van. And like I say, if you use your van for work, you carry weight in it, then you need that constant load kit, because that'll keep that back end where it should be, and it'll stop your tyres from scrubbing. And it'll just be a more pleasant ride in general, to be quite honest. But these are pretty impressive. I'd like to get it on a B road and see what it's like on a bumpy B road, but it'd be interesting to see as well. We will get some footage on this at some point. It'd be interesting to see what it's like fully loaded with all your gear in the back, with plenty of weight in it, because like I say, it's sat a little bit high at the minute. You get that load in there, or you get, you know, something like a draw system, which will weigh, you know, 100, 150 kilos. You put that in and it'll sit that back end exactly where it should be. And as we all know, pickup trucks, vans, commercial vehicles in general, always drive better with some weight over the rear axle. That is just a fact of life. But I'm pretty impressed. I think that's a good little upgrade. That's worth mentioning as well, that this is this Transit is the first Transit to ever have independent rear suspension, which your Transit Customs of old were on leaf springs like a pickup truck. So they were a little bit bouncy on the back end, they were a little bit uncomfortable. And that is one of the big step ups on this new V710 model, is that independent rear suspension, because it drives more like a VW, it drives more like a car, it's comfier, and you've got more options for lowering it. When we get back, we're about to jump into a van that has got a pre-production prototype set of Bilstein coilovers fitted to it, which with our normal lowering springs on, these drive great. With the H&Rs on, they drive even better. With the Bilsteins on, that thing is going to be incredible, and I'm really excited for that. This is going to be a good thing to drive on these springs. You can tell it needs a bit of weight in the back, but once that's in there, wow. What we're going to do is, on the website listing for the H&R springs, we're going to put a little PDF, link to a PDF at the bottom, and that will show you which kits go into work with which vehicle. So we'll put a big list, it'll have the different kits, and it'll have what vehicles they work with. There will also be drop-down menus on the website listing where you can put in what your van is, and it'll tell you which kit is recommended for you. At the minute, there's only 2 kits available because this is a brand new project. There's the Dash 3 and the Dash 4 kit that's available. There's another 4 to come out. We're just waiting on some news from H&R, which shouldn't be too long. But as soon as they're with us or in the country, we'll get stock of them. We'll have stock of everything. We'll have all the different variations for you guys to try out and see what works best for you. But these H&R springs are going to be the way forward for these vans. I can tell you now that is a brilliant little upgrade and a great set of springs from H&R. So stay tuned. We'll let you know when all the kits are here and they're all fully released, and keep an eye out for a video coming very soon on a set of Bilsteins on one of these, because that's something that I'm really looking forward to. See you guys.